Hey everybody, we're here at Rhinebeck 2018 and we were able to stop Dami of Magpie Fibers and ask her a few questions about her dye studio and all things Magpie Fibers. So,
Thanks.
How are you?
I'm good.
You having a good time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
First thing, I wanted to ask about the colorway names. You have amazing colorway names and I know that there's a good story behind that.
Well, when I first started, you come up with a whole bunch of colors all at once, and you need to name them all. And I knew I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different, and I didn't want to just sort of be like, well, apple red and banana yellow, and I wanted to do something a little bit more clever and a little bit more fun. And my dad was a musician, and I've always loved music, and I hadn't seen a lot of people doing a lot of rock and roll names. So I made up this huge list. I have pages, and I still have them, pages and pages of rock and roll songs, and also some cultural references that I thought were funny. And every time I'd come out with new color, I'd go down my list frantically. And so a lot of our colors are song names, and then that sort of became. I'd compile all the song names, and I made a playlist for in the booth. So if you've been in the booth, you may have heard our playlist playing. I'm a child of the '80s, and I do love my old school hip hop, and it did become apparent at some point that not everyone appreciated all of the song names that went with the yarns. So we don't actually play the playlist in the booth anymore, but it is available on the website. We do have a Magpie soundtrack on the website. So if you go to the website, you can go and see. We update it as we go along, because we still do that.
Yeah.
We still do add new songs now and then.
I love that. I think that's
And a
really
good
awesome.
earworm on Instagram is always a good time. So.
Well, you have grown quite a bit in the last few years with your business. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I have been very, very fortunate to be in the right place at the right time, to meet so many really wonderful people who have helped me grow. And I feel really, really lucky to have been able to do that. It's enabled me to employ some really wonderful people, and I'm very proud of that. And it's really, we work very, very hard at making beautiful yarn, but I'm also just really, really lucky that I have such good friends in the industry who make beautiful things out of our yarn, and who want to collaborate with me, and who want to carry our yarn. It's been a very exciting few years.
Yes.
And we're
Well, you moved to a
happy.
new space recently
Yes,
too.
we did.
Yeah.
It's been about a year. I guess it was the end of November, beginning of December last year. We finally moved out of my basement, which was getting a little ridiculous.
A little tight.
It was a little tight. And moved into a large industrial space. It's part kind of warehouse in the back, and that's sort of where we do all the dyeing. And then in the front is we thought that we would be able to teach some classes up there and do some kind of fun stuff, but now it's full of drying racks. So we'll clear that out and put it back together.
For right now.
We put it back together so we can open up the studio a couple of times a year, so everyone can come in and see it. So it's a good thing that we fixed it all up. But really, right now it's drying yarn.
But you're using the space.
The fact that you need all that space
Yes.
to dry the yarn just speaks to how well you're doing and
How
how much
well
yarn you're
it's
making.
grown.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Anyone that's followed you on Instagram sees how much you travel. You've been to a lot of really cool places. What's one of the favorite places or trips that you've taken in the last year?
In the last year, there's so many places. I was really lucky to get to go to Squam twice this year to do the marketplace, and
Very jealous.
It's just a really nice. I mean, I go to do the marketplace, but it's so beautiful and so calm, and it's just so nice to sort of go and unplug for a couple of days and just be on the lake with other.
It looks beautiful. All
fun,
the
maybe
people
friends.
with all those
Yeah,
pictures
it's
on
lovely.
the dock.
And I got to go to Montana for the first time this year for the Farmer's Daughter Montana Mountain Retreat, which was amazing. I'd never been to Montana before, and it is beautiful. I cannot wait to go back this
And that
year.
was that
She is
early
doing it?
spring?
It was in June.
Okay.
It was in June? July.
I just remember you guys being in warm weather clothes, or no,
Cold
weather clothes. Warm
Yeah,
clothes
well,
in
Montana.
cold weather.
Yeah, it's
So,
Montana.
still
It's Montana.
cold.
So it was perfect. The weather was lovely. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful place, and the retreat was great. The way Candace put it together, it was very kind of low key. There was plenty of time to go take a hike and to go. That sounded bad.
There was plenty to actually hike.
To actually go and
Actually
hike. That was a highlight for sure.
And you said she's doing it again this year?
She is. She is. I don't know the dates, but I'm sure that if you go to the Farmer's Daughter website, she will keep you informed
I
on that
will.
one. Mm-hmm.
It looked really fun.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really fun.
So one thing about your yarn is your colors seem to be so rich and so consistent. Very often I can, knit a whole sweater and not alternate
We
skeins
do
of
not
yarn.
recommend
I know.
that we do that.
I know, but sometimes I can get away with it.
I don't do that. Always alternate.
Don't.
Don't do it. When I started dyeing, that was one of my goals, was to be consistent. I like that look in a sweater. That it's, we work really hard at it. It's one of the fun things about dyeing is that it really is art and chemistry.
Yes.
And so the making of the color part is the art, and then the making it consistent is the science part. And it's a lot of weighing and measuring and monitoring, temperatures and how there are lots of steps, and doing all of the steps the same way every time. It's
single
really,
time.
really boring, but it's.
But when you do it right, it shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, we do, and we do work very hard at it, and there are still the times when they're not quite right. So always alternate.
Yes,
But
you should do that.
Do that.
But I think we are quite proud of
And you should be.
the way the colors come out. We
Yeah.
do work really hard at it.
Absolutely. Well, we have gotten to see a little bit of behind the scenes because we are local to where Dami's warehouse is, so we've gotten to go back there and we see everything that goes into it. And so now I know a little bit more about how in depth the process is, and how small some of the staffing can be and stuff like that. But if there's one thing that you would want to tell your customers who maybe don't have a lot of that insight, what would that be?
Well, I think I would want them to know. I think most people, when they think of Magpie, they think of me because I'm the one who's out there doing all the traveling.
Right.
But I have an amazing team of women at home that work really, really hard to make this yarn. Tracy and Sue are my fabulous dye techs. Sue's in charge of all of those pretty speckles. Tracy keeps it all running and is just, she's amazing. And Sarah and Janet help on the other side of things. They get everything twisted and tagged and sorted and inventoried and shipped, and keep all the books straight and do all the stuff. And I think that on the one hand, people maybe think that I'm home doing all this, which would be awesome, but no. And or on the other hand, think that we have this huge company of people doing things, and really it's the five of us. And when we're going into a show or something like that, we can be there 14-hour days, and it's
Working really hard.
We work real hard
Yeah.
at it. They work real hard at it, and when I'm out of town, they're home working their butts off, making pretty yarn. So
awesome.
I want to,
And I love that you're
they need
playing
to
with
know.
it. It's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and our last question is the one that we are going to be asking everyone. We want to know what you do to keep from unraveling.
Well, when I first started knitting, it was knitting. Knitting was what kept it all together. It really sort of saved me at a very difficult time in my life. As it's become my business, I still love to knit, but I find that my friends are really what keep me from unraveling. When I've had a really hard day, or there's something going on, I have all this incredible community of fiber women that I can call or text, or just be like, whatever it is that's, or really good stuff, or getting to go to Squam and hang out with them, or go to Montana and hang out with, my friends. That's there's the knitting, and then there's the whole community that comes with it. And
Yes.
the community that comes with it is pretty amazing.
It is.
And that's you guys here, because you're part of my community.
We like being part of your
Yes.
community, and I totally agree. It is
Yes, absolutely.
an amazing community to be part of.
It is very supportive.
Yes.
Yeah.
On that touching note, let's ask some rapid fire questions.
Okay. All right. Oh wow!
Ready?
And this is serious.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
that
is
was like a
stuff.
serious
That
page
was a
turn.
serious page turn. Ready? How many cups of coffee do you have every day?
1, maybe 2,
Maybe 2.
maybe 2.
First celebrity crush?
David Bowie.
Mosaic or Fair Isle?
Mosaic. Come on, that's not even like a question.
Tapas or pasta?
Oh. It's a food question. You know I like all the foods. Tapas? And pasta? Pasta or tapas?
There you go. DPNs or Magic Loop?
2 circulars.
Oh, she's straight.
Yeah. I
like it.
Favorite fair food?
Well, it's a funnel cake, but I can only eat like 3 bites of the funnel cake, and then
I
I
hear
don't
you
want the
though.
funnel cake
But you
anymore.
smell it and you want it.
Funnel
Yeah.
cakes are for sharing.
Yeah.
There.
Paper or computer?
I like them both for different things.
Which of your colorways is your favorite?
I'm really into smoke and mirrors right now.
Oh, that's a good
That's sort of but it does move around. I have kind of like a group of favorites. I love all of them. This is not rapid fire. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I digress. I'm
That's okay.
bad. I'm bad at this.
That's okay.
Sorry.
Favorite style of short row?
German.
Me too. Oh, have you ever worn socks with sandals?
No, not ever.
Do you clap when the plane lands?
No. Who does that?
A lot of people.
Last song you downloaded?
Oh, that would be something for the playlist probably, and it was probably Drop It Like It's Hot, because I just named it.
Yes!
I love it.
Little Snoop Dogg for you there.
Okay.
Last book you read?
What is the last book I read? I listen to stuff on tape a lot.
That counts.
And I don't remember what it was. I was listening to something on the way up here, but no, I wasn't. Oh. Trick question! I don't know!
Trick question!
I don't know what it was. It was
One of your favorite books.
I love urban fantasy, and it was. I just recently re-listened to the entire Harry Dresden series. So there you go.
There we go. There we go.
Go
We'll
look
take
it up.
it.
Yeah.
Last one.
God, I'm sweating. This is really stressful.
It is. I'm sorry.
It's the last one.
Okay,
There we
thank
go.
God. All right.
Mullet or mutton chops?
It's a tough one.
I mean, the lesser of 2 evils, mullet.
Okay.
All right.
Fair
Fair
enough.
enough.
I think it's coming back, so
It's back.
we have that to look forward to.
Okay. All right. It's cuter than it was. The mullet.
Okay.
Not the mutton chops.
Not the much.
I like a mutton chop.
Do you?
know?
Not on me.
Well, yeah, no, that'd be bad.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah.
I think we should end on that note.
Yes, I think we should. I think we should be done. All right.
Thanks so much for checking us
Yeah.
out.
And thank you so much for sitting down with us and talking to
was
us.
great.
We appreciate it. All right.
This.
Okay. Are we centered? Somebody over there?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Well, if there, were you introduced? Right. Okay.
You can look wherever you want.
I spend the entire time
I
staring directly
You
at
literally
you.
just see the back of my head with Rachel and Kate because I'm like this the whole time.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Stare off randomly into space.
Look at him.
It only took us 3
Yeah,
episodes to figure out where we were supposed to look.
Yeah, we got it.